Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. We're back. I'm joined as ever by Sturmführer, gay hater, tranny obsessive Graham Booth. Did you have your sparkles? I missed them. I forgot to put the headphones on.
I had my sparkles, yeah.
I'm upset that I forgot now.
I shouldn't have put you on Channel 4, Aidan. I'm all the flutter now. That was such a mistake.
Well, you're the one that said it'd make your life easier.
No, it's not made my life easier. It's made things more complicated.
Imagine that.
I know.
You and your bright ideas.
Hey, I'll get used to it by the end of the night.
No, you won't, because I'll just reset it on Monday. It's fine.
I know you will.
Don't you worry about
just
it.
Just to screw me over. It's nice to see you, though, Aidan. We've not talked this much this week, have we?
No.
We've been busy.
No, we haven't actually. It's talked a lot today.
Yes, a lot today.
All kinds of shit, all fucking day.
We had a nice little chat just before we came on air, didn't we?
Yes, we had a very good chat before we came on air. We can't repeat any of it.
I've been waiting all week to tell you about it.
I know, but we can't even repeat any of it. That's a shame.
I'll give you the updates, though, Aidan, don't worry.
Oh, I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
I won't send the pictures, though.
No, I don't want the pictures. Let's say hello to some people in here. We got Stephen Englanders in. Hello, Stephen. Smoke Steve, Alan Reader. Do you know what, Smoke Steve? There's nothing odd about the colour. All right? That's probably just me. Shut the fuck up. Roman Polanski, every fucking week he's got something to say about us, hasn't he? Every fucking week. Guys, I'm not sure you've quite got the YUV balance correct. Dude sits on a webcam smoking pot on a Saturday night and he's telling me how to do things. Dude, back the fuck off. All the way off. I'm going to need you all the way off my back right now. That's 2 today, Graham. That's 2 today.
I do appreciate it.
Alan Reader, Fat Belly, Spudsy, Aphid Lip. How you doing, fella? Hayden's skin looks as soft as sandpaper. That's about right, yeah. That's about right. Cassius Claymore, Q400, and anyone else I might have missed. Speaking of the people we've just spoken about, Stephen does a live show every Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time. Graham's often on that with him. I've just given Graham palpitations as he looks for something he didn't expect me to talk about. But do check that out. It's on his channel. Just look for Stephen England if you've got a small business or you just want to see Graham getting dragged for half an hour.
He's worse than you, isn't he?
He is, yes.
At least there's a bit of banter with us and everything. With him, it's like no, it's
You're
fully,
told.
It's fully talking.
You're told, yes.
I like it though because
you got that streak in you.
No, because Stephen has a very stressful job, and it's nice that there's a point in the week that's marked where he can just sort of get it out and relax.
I'm sure it's the highlight of his week as well.
Have a bit of fun. Staring eye to eye for a good 30 minutes. Tell me about your job, Stephen.
And of course, right on this channel on Trigger Warning, every Saturday night is Smoke Steve's International Pub, where you'll see absolute perfection in colour and hear perfection in sound. It will be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. Apparently, YouTube says it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So YouTube's being a prick again. But that's every Saturday, 11 p.m. UK time. Do go along. It's just a big hangout. Everyone gets on cam, talk about all manner of topics and subjects and drink and just hang out and have a good time. And Graham, I wish you'd stop doing that gesture. That really alarms me, dude. It really...
We've got no errors, man. We've got no errors. I'm just like looking around to see if something's been kicked loose, but it could have been actually where you've been tonight.
Oh yeah, I've been treading on everything tonight.
But we've not got any errors.
Everything's fine. It's just YouTube being a dick.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
our GPU right now is 20%. It's not even close to overloaded.
No, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're absolutely fine. It's YouTube's having a conniptic fit. It's just some weeks that happens. Other weeks they don't show us at all. Some weeks the video doesn't show up. It's all the way it is. Right, quite a few things to talk about this evening, from George Floyd through to the IRA. So there's plenty to go on with, and we will be opening the phone lines up later on when I will talk to whoever calls in about whatever you'd like to talk about, whether it's something we're going to talk about on air or a topic you've got of your own, or if, like most of the people, you just want to ring up and say hello, that's fine as well. So you can do that. Apparently it did freeze up for a few seconds, but to be honest, it's YouTube. There's nothing wrong over there. So great, YouTube has problems for us.
What a surprise.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? YouTube, who contacted me again recently, said, we're still looking into your monetization. 14 months after. 14 months.
Well, it's okay because we've sidestepped their evil super chat game, haven't we?
Because if you would like to donate to the cause and definitely get your comment read out, down below there is a link to Streamlabs. You can just drop a few quid in there or whatever it is, and Graham will get the notification. Excuse me, and read out whatever it is you send over within legal reason. Got to point that out. Got to be careful. Got to be very, very careful with that. No. One more shout out before we begin. We've got to say thank you very much to Accounts Direct. If you're a small business owner and you want a really good accountant, or maybe you're in the shit a little bit up to here, they'll get you out the shit, help keep you out the shit, keep you on the straight and narrow, and help you make the most of your business and make as much money as you can out of it. So do check them out. It's accountsdirect.biz. You can get in touch, have a chat, see if they're for you, or you can just contact me directly through Twitter or something via DM, and I'll hook you up.
Or me.
Or Graham.
But just ask me. It's all right. I'm here every day, apparently.
Yeah, it's a trust thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a trust
They'll
thing.
talk to me about finding an accountant. You, not so much.
Yeah, this isn't like finding out where the best Greggs is in town, is it?
Your face is way too fat. It's not trustworthy now. It's gotten too large. Especially shaving the beard off. When you walked in today, it was like, fucking hell, how many chins is that? That's why I keep mine underneath. Can't see my wattles.
I'm not doing my sparkles again tonight, Hayden. In fact, I'm going to go to my emergency picture. Sod it. There we go.
But yeah, accountsdirect.biz. They help us keep the lights on. They help us keep everything going. But you can too by going to the Streamlabs link. Okay, let's get started because the trial's still going on, isn't it? But Derek Chauvin, is that correct? I think that's correct. And who's been charged murder. Do you think, Graham, do you reckon they've overcharged him on purpose?
There's two answers to that. I think, yes, they've overcharged him. I don't know if they've done it on purpose. They could have done it on purpose knowing that he's going to get off because he's not going to get done for first.
He can't be first. It's impossible.
No. Whether they've done it on purpose or they've done it because people were rioting like crazy and they were trying to satisfy them, I don't know.
That's going to backfire, isn't it?
Hugely.
They've had quite a lot of witnesses, not always successful for the prosecution, such as the chap they got in who said, no, kneeling on necks is what we do because it's safer than hitting people with sticks. So successful was he as a prosecution witness, I believe the defence are looking on calling him now.
Yeah, he's been called for the defence instead as well.
That's gone well. But they did say that George Floyd died from a lack of oxygen. Okay? They've said that. That's what in court, that's what they claim. Now, was it the knee on the neck? Well, I'm sure that didn't help. You know, there's no way around this. It was excessive, in my opinion, but I'm not a police officer. But to me, it seemed excessive that once you've got a man cuffed and restrained, do you need to kneel on his neck? Is that what Chauvin was told to do? If that's the case, he did as he was told. But they were saying that it was basically asphyxia. So everybody's favourite conservative commentator, Stephen Crowder, decided to see if a knee on the neck was sufficient to kill you. He lay down on the concrete and had his producer kneel on his neck for 9 minutes and spectacularly failed to die or get even minor brain damage, which there's a nasty part of me that would have found that amusing, but not because I hate Crowder, just because I'm not right in the head. But he didn't die. So, of course, what's happened is, naturally enough, I don't think Crowder went the full deal and took a load of fentanyl before he allowed his producer to kneel on his neck. So clearly he wasn't truly dedicated to proving how this would work. But in his mind, that showed that being kneeled on for 9 minutes wouldn't kill you. Apparently that's not what it showed the internet. What it showed the internet was Steven Crowder is a racist. Apparently that was it. He had someone kneel on his neck for 9 minutes to show it won't kill you, and that made him a racist. See, the thing is, around all this trial, no matter what you believe, there is no calm voice on any side of this now. I believe the mural in Manchester that I spoke to Nick about on the show, I believe that's been taken down now.
Oh, I say it. Oh, I don't know.
I believe so. I'll have to double check. I was just told it. I think it might be my wife that told me. But it's about time. Why do we need an American criminal on as a mural in Manchester? He didn't deserve to die, okay? He didn't, no matter what. But if his system was loaded with fentanyl and drugs or whatever, and he was being a naughty boy and the police restrained him, deaths do happen. Now, I believe the worst he's going to wind up being charged with is maybe excessive force. I don't know what tariff that'll carry. But I don't see a happy ending here for anybody. Anybody, because they're going to riot like crazy. Yes, Greg?
Just a clarification, someone did say it in the comments, they've actually dropped the first degree now. But he's been charged with second, third, and manslaughter all at the same time. So they're just...
How many people did he kill that day?
I don't know.
How the fuck does that work?
But I think...
How does this work? I need to know how... Yeah, Dave, fentanyl does make you sleepy. In fact, it kills you if you have a little bit too much of it. Very effectively. Sorry, Graham. How does that work? Why did he load the charges up? Did we do that here? I don't think we do that here, do we? You pick one.
Not on Thursday.
No, you pick one charge, don't you?
Usually, yeah.
And that's the one you get. They don't make three just in case they can get it to trickle down.
I don't know how it works in America, and the problem with this case, again, is what we were alluding to earlier. There's just too much attention on it. It's going to be almost impossible to get through the trial, and then no matter what the result, people are going to go
Last Dance says there's no need to kneel on his neck for 1 second, let alone 9 minutes. If you mean George Floyd, whatever, I agree. I personally don't see value in police officers kneeling on people's necks. I think they can put a knee in your back to control you.
Yeah. I think the argument, though, is, and this is the argument that the prosecution messed up with, is the kneeling was brought in to replace batons. And that's
whether
the
we
point.
think he should have done it or not is irrelevant. If he was told to do it,
exactly.
If he was trained to do it, you can't say, well, just following orders. Yeah, well, this was procedure.
Yeah. He
was not the first or the last to have this treatment. Do I think it's right for someone to kneel on your neck? No, I don't. It sits very poorly with me. It's just, no matter what happens, okay, if they don't get him on the highest tariff, there's going to be a riot, isn't there? And not just with BLM, but also, just white people that want to riot will be rioting because all of a sudden they care. Because it's cool to care, as if he's the only black man that's died at the hands of law enforcement last year. He's just the one that was all over Twitter, and they can get the most virtue points for signalling wildly about. I don't see any of this as being good. I don't see a way out. Like Last Dance is saying he should not have been arrested in the first place. Maybe, but you know what? He was. And we can't change that, can we? You can't say he shouldn't have been, because maybe they thought he should have been, then he resisted. Maybe he'd have been taken to the station and gone home. Maybe he'd have died later from the fentanyl that he ingested. I don't know. I don't know. But all I do know is this circus is not going to fix anything. It's just going to harden the opinions of everybody. So those that feel there's an injustice will riot. Those that think it's fine will be more hardened in their beliefs that it's fine to kneel on a man's neck for 8 to 9 minutes, however long it was. And there's no calm voice. Steven Crowder didn't help by having his producer kneel on his neck for 9 minutes, but it did wonders for his channel views, I imagine. And he got in the news, so I guess it worked.
He's doing very well at the moment. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they've just taken his monetization away again, and it's like, so what, man? He doesn't need
He's
it.
coining it.
Yeah, he's not even close. In fact, every time they do take his monetization away or anything along those lines, his subscriptions go through the roof. He gets $60 because he usually does a discount, so he'll just get
Right.
60. It's like, Jesus, man. Imagine having that problem.
Well, anyway, my advice is that Target and Walmart should cover those windows up in readiness for people taking a television in memory of George Floyd, because that's what tends to happen in these things, isn't it? You know, take a television for George Floyd. Yeah, so we've not covered this a whole hell of a lot because I've not seen anything in this trial yet that stuck out as anything we weren't expecting. You know, it's just been... you should be more passionate about people dying, but it gets kicked out of you when you're not allowed to have any kind of nuanced conversation on it. You're not allowed to discuss it in any way other than absolutes. He was murdered. The cop should be charged with murder. He should do life. If you disagree, you're a racist. For one of many reasons this week alone, I imagine. So we'll have to see how that goes. But you can be rest assured that Trigger Warning will bring you up-to-the-date coverage, anything up to 2 weeks after anything happens. We're there for you. Let's have a look in chat. Aaron Postlethwaite, hello Aaron, said big screen TVs fixed racism last time. I believe that's how it works. Jude Bradsey, hello sir. He said, does it cost $1 to get on the show? No, it doesn't. Costs nothing. We'll put the number up afterwards when we open the phone lines. Anyone can call in and join in if they wish. By the way, I'm going to next week be confirming dates for our next few guests. The actual interview part won't be on the main show. We do those separately now, but we're going to be talking to Sal Glover, a lady who went to the United States to be a screenwriter in Hollywood, couldn't deal with all the sexism, went back home to Australia, created a women's only app, and is now worse than Hitler. So we'll be talking to Sal. That's what I'm looking forward to. And then as soon as possible, around that time, we're going to talk to Jonathan Southcott, who is a British film producer, a successful British film producer, who's not afraid of rattling the cages a little as well. So that should be fun. And at some point in the next couple of weeks, live in the studio, Richie Allen's going to be coming in, not for an interview, just to do the show. We're just going to do, talk about what's going on, get the different perspectives. And I'm really looking forward to that because it's always fun chatting with Richie, whether it's on his show or our show. And some of his followers really, really, really get annoyed with me. Really get annoyed with me. So Richie Allen will be coming in to join us, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And I'm talking to a couple of other people about interviews in the future. And although, Graham won't be happy because this doesn't include him, and I feel bad about that, is that I'm going to be starting my own podcast as well. Oh. Which I'm going to be doing from home. He was worried there. What's this? But no, I'm sometime the next couple of weeks getting all set up at home. I want it to be audio. We can do some long-form chats with people. And I can say whatever I want without ruining Graham's day by getting us banned or blocked or fucking anything else. So that's going to be starting. And I say it won't involve Graham, but we all know it's only a matter of time before I tell him to join in with me. I know. I was going to say, how long before I get a text? You coming on tonight then? Come on, mate. I'm bored. Come on. I've not written anything. I don't think it'll be live, this podcast. Oh. I'm actually thinking about, when I have an hour each day, do some recording and then put them together. Just so I've got something different to play with, I understand. And, obviously, with you not involved, it's much higher, sort of, in terms of the smarts. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then we've got to get your podcast going. What? Well, Sutty's Rehab's been screaming for you to start again for months. I know. I've just not had the time. The problem is, it's for fun, and it's a lot of fun. It really is, but it's just, we've got bills to pay. We've got stuff. Yes. Like this Thursday nights and stuff, and maybe the Tuesdays as well if we did that's kind of just extra.
But, you know, we do have lives. And even though you guys are amazing for your donations and things like that, but that covers the costs of the gear, not me paying the electric bill. You know, I can't at the moment.
Well, that's why I'm doing it audio.
Yeah.
I want to do something that I enjoy that's just another little diversion to eat up my life and give me ulcers.
See, I love being on video when I do it. I love me screaming about the news and stuff. I do. I really love it.
I just do that much video that I treasure the idea of just being able to, you know, just speak. And also if I get someone to call in and I talk to them for 3 hours, who cares? It's a podcast.
I mean, I'm diving into the production side of things really hard at the moment, and I know it's not visible to everyone. I still love you. I'm not. It's just I'm doing the other side of things.
Yeah.
And it's important. Otherwise, we don't have a studio.
Yeah.
Basically.
Simple as that.
It's like, you know.
Gorgeous George says, Connor and the Gypsy King, is that who you're negotiating with Hayden? No, you know what, Gorgeous, I know you contacted me about that, and I don't think Tyson Fury or Conor McGregor would come on the show. And I think the other problem is I'm not entirely sure what I talk about, because I don't know anything about boxing. I'm not Joe Rogan. I don't understand exercise. I don't understand eating healthily. I don't get any of this stuff. You know, I'm basically a suet pudding in human form, and I'm not sure what I talk to a boxer about. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll have enough views that people like that would consider coming on. That'd be quite cool. But for now, I'm just focusing on people that I find interesting and hope everyone else will find interesting. I think we've done really well lately, and late last year we had some great guests. And I think we're going to keep that coming on. But we'll keep the interviews separate from the main show, because I think that works better. Because tonight's supposed to be a bit raggedy-arsed and swearing and fucking about and saying things that might reflect badly on guests. You've got to keep that in mind. Got to keep that in mind. Don Poppy, hello. I saw someone from Mumix in there earlier. Hello. I'm now blocked by Jessica Yaniv. He blocked me.
Finally pulled the trigger.
All because I asked him why he was hanging around schools with a camera. Blocked.
See, the thing is, he's such a media whore. He doesn't often block the people that hate him, and because he wants to be talked about and he wants the attention and that. So surprising that he finally...
He's gone off me.
Yeah.
He used to answer me. He's gone off me now.
Yeah.
What a shame. My life's ruined. The mental tranny with his fucking man pussy falling out. Block me. How will I know how infected he is now? Well, of course, Alex will tell me.
You're a man with several Twitter accounts, though, aren't you, Hayden? These things
It's been said. It's been said. Abby from Meow Mix. There you go, of course. Hello, Abby. Hope you're well. By the way, go and check out Meow Mix. They've got all the latest happenings on Jessica Yeniv's fucking madness. That's the place to go. They keep up to date on all of it. Biscuit Vapes is in. Biscuit Vapes says Hayden, he might be a boxer, but he's also a man you could talk to about other stuff other than his career. Might be a refreshing change. Who is that? Conor McGregor or Tyson Fury? I would rather meet Tyson Fury out of the two of them. I think I'd enjoy having a chat with Tyson Fury. But then again, I might enjoy having a chat with Conor McGregor. But then again, I don't think either of them are going to agree, so it doesn't matter. Which will be a shame. Funnily enough, Fat Belly says interview all the past members of the Live League show. Well, Marty's moved to another part of the country now. he's just gone. Jay's still floating around. Wingman John, I was texting to just last week, so that's possible. You look very excited, Graham.
Yes.
See, you guys hear that. Because I won't sit here in these all night, I just see Graham going. And I don't know what's happening.
Well, Duke Braxy just sent us $1 so he gets some sparkles.
Oh,
and Q400 sent £3.54 and said, get yourself a comfort pie, Boothie.
Oh, bless.
Thank you for supporting the show.
It's the last thing Graham needs right now is another pie, if I'm honest. Look at the size of him.
Dude, I've been biking every day and it won't go.
No, of course he won't go because you're still filling your fucking face all the time.
I eat a lot of carbs, Hayden.
See, for me to keep my fine figure, what I have to do is watch how much I eat and then sit very still. Very still.
There we go. There's my angle.
Have you tried lifting your tongue up inside? See if you can...
No, there's my angle, Hayden. It's the old Graham. He's back. Thanks for the donations, guys.
Thank you very much. Hugely appreciated. And if any of the rest of you would like to give us your money, you can do so by clicking the link down below.
It's the first one. It's right there. I've not even been shy about it anymore. I'm like, it's right there.
Yeah. Abdul Hussein, hello, mate. How you doing? Says, at least you won't be seeing gory pictures of Jessica and Eve. Praise be to God or whoever you worship. I don't worship anyone, and you forget that we've got Will. Well, should I call him Will now or Alex? I don't know anymore.
I don't know. He's very confused, isn't he?
Yeah, but young Alex is still part of the team, so that means I'll be getting WhatsApped. Any pustular explosions from Yeniv's Manny at any point, I'll be kept in the loop.
He gets a couple of shout-outs on the show and he's all changing his name and shit. I'm Will now.
He's got all new friends and everything.
He'll be a symbol by the end of the year.
I hope so. He needs to get his face on camera. He should go and do the pub more often. Work his way up the ranks kind of thing.
Do you know what? That reminds me. I've not put his. I keep meaning to put his Twitter in the description. So if anyone wants to follow Will, that does all our editing,
definitely follow him.
I'm gonna get it in, but I can't get it in right now.
Alex says Alex or Will, not Fuss. They're both my legal name.
Ooh, I bet they are.
Get you with your two first names.
I know. He's like Elton Hercules John, isn't he? We all know you're called Reginald, really.
But that tells you. Fucking told, Graham. Lockdown, by the way, it's starting to relax now, isn't it? Lockdown. And you know what that means, don't you, Graham?
What?
Once they allow it, it's time for another meet-up. Should have done the up. Nearly. No, just keep pressing buttons, dude. It'll be there. Yeah, we go. Fucking
Dude,
hell.
I cannot wait. Because we were planning it out today, weren't we? So we'll move my desk over there so I can be in the dark corner, but I'll be able to stare at everyone. We'll move the barrier so you can actually see me, and all the seats. But this time the seats will lead into the couches, so it'll be more like one. Everyone's together.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Are you excited?
I can't wait.
For those that don't know, or maybe you're new to the show, in late 2019, November 2019, we had an event here called Meet Space. Basically, we did a trigger warning show. We had a bit of at the end, Richie was there with us and he sat on the couch. We took questions. There's about 35, 40 people here. It was a ticketed event, so that was nice. But it was a free speech event. It was a great day and night. So we were going to do one again in 2020. We were about to book it in, and then Kung Flu hit, and the government said, no, you must stay in your house. So we kind of missed that one, and then we thought maybe we'll get to do it late 2020. No, there was another wave. I don't know if that was the second or the third. I'm not really sure now. So then we thought, well, 2021, and we're not off to the best of starts. But apparently we're getting there. So as soon as we find out when it will be possible, we're going to work on something a little bit special and see if we can pull together a slightly larger event, work out a deal where you could stay, and just try and pull it all together a bit and see what guests we can get to join us. And just a day of saying it how it is, and what we did last time. Obviously, we did the show and great arguments with members of the audience, and then we turned the cameras off. So whatever we spoke about in the room could stay in the room. And that's pretty cool, because you don't have to worry too much. Unless there's some prick with a smartphone filming you. What's up, Graham?
So, when you cough, I just go woo with the fader so it doesn't blow people's ears out. But I had my hand on the wrong thing then. So when you coughed, I just appeared for a second where you cough. You just went ooh, and I went ooh. Oh, there I am again. There
well, luckily with this mic, it's not as loud as the other one.
We do have a new microphone, don't we, Aidan?
We do have a new microphone.
Very good.
You say we. It's mine.
Well, he doesn't like me, though, does he? So I'm not getting one.
No, this is going home with me.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Yeah, Alan Reeder says a day of Hayden triggering some poor woman. That wasn't my fault. She chose to get triggered all on her own after many drinks, from what I could tell. But yeah, do come join us, and if we make it work in Manchester again, we'll maybe take it somewhere else. Maybe we'll go down south or elsewhere. Last Dance says, okay, everyone, we're going to Texas. I would love to do an event in Texas, especially because I've got family in Texas I could actually say hello to as well. That'd be nice. But there'd be a lot of logistics to work out to do a trigger warning in Texas. We'd probably need some kind of permit, wouldn't we?
Oh, well, I don't know about Texas. Because they're just like, hey.
It's still America.
Yeah.
For now, it's still part of the United States of America, not managed to secede yet.
I want to go to Florida, Hayden. I want to be a Florida guy.
I've been to Florida.
Yeah, I have.
Well, I say Florida. I went to fucking Orlando and stayed on International Drive. I don't know if that counts as much.
I went to Tallahassee. But, yeah.
Well, Abby says come to Austin. But you know what? I mean, if I could get hold of Alex Jones again.
Austin's all right, actually.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how far that away is from all my family and everything. I've got no idea. Texas, I don't know. I hear it's quite big.
Don't ask them, because they're like, oh, yeah, it's just a drive, and they're there for 6 hours. Like, and you're like, dude, I could be in Scotland by now.
I could be in Finland by now, yes.
It's just 6 hours is like going to visit a friend for a chat.
Yeah, no, that's not what we do over here. If the drive is more than half an hour, it's like, oh, next year. We'll do it next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we could do one in the States. And why not Texas? Texas would be the ideal choice. Barbecue, guns, cowboys for you. I can't quit you. And we'll see if we can get hold of Alex Jones, because he did say we'd meet up one day.
He did.
Granted, that was 5 years ago.
We're on a promise.
Yeah, so I'll get someone to remind him.
Did you see that? Did you see Alex Jones stopping that car full of kids the other day?
No.
So some guy was putting a load of kids in a car, right? And he didn't put he didn't put them in seats, car seats, and he was like, yeah, Texas law, you've got to blah, blah, blah. And it was outside some sort of kids centre or something, and he instantly went to human trafficking. So Alex Jones is stood. Guys, I mean, if you've not seen it, look it up after the show. He stood in front of a car, refusing to let it move, going, you are a human trafficker. You do not work here. Who are those children? Losing his shit. And the guy's just there like that.
Please get this maniac away from my fucking car.
I've not followed up what happened, but everyone was like,
you're a human trafficking. I've seen the documents.
But it's that thing, like, it's becoming a meme now, isn't it? Alex Jones was right about everything. Like, there was that other one the other day with the kids' blood. You know, a Time magazine, they're like, young blood will keep you young, and he's there going,
I fucking told you, yeah. Meanwhile, Paul Joseph Watson's still just being a bit snarky on video, but doing very, very well.
Yeah, his modernity videos are very good, but I don't really watch anything else.
No, I don't watch any of them. It's just occasionally people share clips. It's not because I'm like snobbish. I don't watch Paul Joseph. I just don't watch Paul Joseph Watson. Same as he doesn't watch Trigger Warning. Yeah, it's fine.
We'd know if he did, wouldn't they? There would have been
Well, that time I did the impression of him having sex with Alex Jones. Might have got a mention, you know. But apparently not. Maybe I was a bit too on the money. Remember, if you would like to call, we're going to open the phone line soon, because we're already up. We've covered one fucking story. Jesus Christ. We're so shit at this.
I know. Well, I've got my rough rule of thumb is, if you're doing a serious topic, I get rid of the super chat banner. Right? It's been up so long now, I've just forgotten where the button is to get rid of it.
Remember, give us your money. We probably need it much more than you do. How's that for a pitch?
I do. I had to buy you some cigs today, didn't I? That's how bad things are.
Okay.
Yeah. Quick, do the topic. Yeah, that's how bad things are for me. Yeah, I begged for that.
I was doing all right. You just smoked all my fucking cigarettes. I was doing fine till you came along. Extinction Rebellion! That's dramatic enough, isn't it? Yes, Extinction Rebellion, tired of being not in the news recently for whatever reason, decided it was time to strike back. They wanted to strike at the heart of the financial sector because we know nothing will save polar bears like smashing glass windows. So, doubtless people called Fiona and Fifi and names such as that got themselves down to that London with some very gaily painted hammers and chisels and things and smashed the windows of a rather well-known bank, Barclays Bank headquarters, to save the polar bears. And I'm not sure how many polar bears were saved by this activity. But I do know I am absolutely sick to fucking death of Extinction Rebellion. I cannot fucking abide these hypocritical middle-class wankers who descend upon our major cities, not just the capital city, it happens here in Manchester as well, doubtless driven in Daddy's fucking Range Rover, because Daddy's a hedge fund manager, who, as we know, are very good for the environment. And then they glue themselves to the floors, they smash windows. Had they stopped to think, if they don't want us using precious resources and fossil fuels, perhaps making more glass might use a bit more, because they don't just nip to the shops and buy these panes of glass for these sort of buildings. They are made. So all the baby sands will have to die, Graham. And the gas will have to be used to melt the sands into the big glass with all the fancy laminates on there and some plastics. And as we know, seafood, they love the plastics. Ground food, not so much. Although I did have a dog that ate a plastic bag once, but I digress. Ground food, not love the plastic. Seafood, can't get fucking enough of it. But they've decided that this kind of disruption is the best way to save the planet. And I just can't help but think, if the police were so keen to smash the heads in of people that just didn't want lockdown anymore, why can't they give people committing criminal damage a crack round the head if they don't stop? I'll tell you why. Nice middle-class people don't get cracks on the head from the police very often. Common people saying they'd quite like to open up their pub or their business and go about their life. Scum that needs beating. Beating! BLM? Not that much. Not that much beating. Even when they march in uniforms, which is really fucking weird. No beatings. So just lockdown protests are the problem, basically. Oh, and women. If women get together anywhere, get the sticks out. Apart from the Extinction Rebellion women, who are the worst kind of assholes. And I'm sick and fucking tired of it now. I'm sick and tired of, well, you can't come through town today because some people have glued themselves to the fucking floor. Tarmac over the cunts. Finished. Just, or leave them. They'll move eventually. Like we've said before, the ones that stick themselves to the floor in town, if you leave them there long enough, the spice heads will find them and the homeless. They'll never do it again, Graham. They'll never do it again. Not after a night of special attention.
Sounds fun at night.
From The Walking Dead, yes. Well, I remember when that radio station, we got that Fab Radio, the wonderful Fab Radio, fabradiointernational.com, got some great stuff on there. Graham had his show there, Game Face show. I went to do my show. And many an evening, it was like a scene from Land of the Dead outside of there.
I've got amazing memories of being in the building, but then coming out and you'd be like, Jesus, especially around that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that night I went to the to get the parking ticket because I got there before 8 o'clock. When at that point, I think it stopped at 8. Now I think it's all night. But you know when you get a sense that someone's near you? And he was downwind, so I didn't get a hint. And I turned around and this black fellow was obviously just spiced out of his fucking brains was stood like here. And when I'm like, just back off, mate, he didn't. Now me, I was all right. Other people used to get attacked and mugged there all the time. Well, you should leave them for them. Let them ravish them. They say homeless people are hungry. Feed them middle-class people. There you go. Feed them Extinction Rebellion. But literally, we've got to put a stop to this now because they're not achieving anything good. And now they want to build a statue to Greta Thunberg. A statue to Greta Thunberg. What are they making the statue out of? What renewable resource are we going to make her statue? Corn? Oh, that's not a renewable resource. I am sorry. Soil. What are we doing? What are we making it out of? Brass it'll be, won't it? Something like that. Lots of heat and energy is used to create molten metal to pour into molds. But apparently that's the thing, we're going to have one. So I can't wait to see a statue of Greta Thunberg. Ironically, the only statue that will not be vandalised during any future riots. You know, they'll go and fuck up the Winston Churchill one. They won't touch Greta's.
Sounds like a challenge, Aidan.
Hold my beer. Graham Booth, 40, fat,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
arrested because couldn't run away from the police.
Couldn't even get it down. I'm like, oh, this is harder than it looks. They get me at the perfect photo so it looks like I'm trying to shag it. I tell you, they blocked the Metrolink again in town, didn't they, Extinction Rebellion? And they're like, the environment, and anyone that complains, it's like, oh, excuse me, the planet's dying.
Yeah, well,
it's like,
it's an electric tram. What the fuck do you want?
You're blocking the most environmentally friendly way of getting around the town outside of bikes. But, you know, in terms of mass transit, this is it, baby, and you're blocking it.
Yeah.
I hate them. And again, like I tweeted you, this bill that they're all blocking, or they want to block, this bill specifically is about protests like this that cause excessive disruption. Because for some reason we can't, you know, if something's a protest and it involves criminal damage, because we call it a protest, we all just go along with it, going, it's a protest. So we've got extra legislation.
However, if it's the wrong people doing that sort of protest, it's a riot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. But this is it. This is it. It's making it easier and clearer to arrest these people, and yet it should be easy and clear anyway, because they're stood there breaking fucking windows out in the open, flying
with the police
flags.
watching them.
Yeah.
I think the new statue should be George Floyd and Greta Thunberg holding hands with a polar bear and maybe a penguin. What else is endangered in a minute? Some sea life, some seafood. I don't like seafood, so I don't give a fuck about them.
I've never. Manchester's not the place for seafood.
No, fish and chips.
Yeah,
I get that.
Anything else? Though, it's just you're never going to get a taste for it because it's all frozen and shit, and you know you got to grow up with it.
It's like there's some kind of bass, I believe it was. Cost a fucking fortune. It tasted shit.
Bass.
I think it was bass, some kind of fucking fish. But I remember it being really expensive.
Just imagine you mugging at it.
Oh, they just brought it to my life. They not even cut the fucking head off the cunt. Don't do that with meat, do they? Have you ever had a bacon sandwich with a pig's head hanging out of it? Me either. Have you ever gone for your double stacker meal at Kentucky Fried Chicken and found a fucking chicken's head hanging out your bun? No, of course you haven't. But with fish, we leave the head on. Graham looked very excited. Oh.
We've just had another super chat, Aidan.
All right.
Mick Mac has sent us $9.14.
Mick Mac, thank you very much.
And it said higher.
Hiya.
There we go.
He's coming up here, I believe, after lockdown. He's finally released.
I'm not sure because he doesn't always want his donations read out, so I'm not going to say just in case. But you know who you are, and we love you a lot. It's been said many times. We've been sent $100, Hayden.
Fucking hell.
$100. That's why he got the full sparkle.
They got the full sparkle.
Cheers, trigger warning, folk. Altfeeder.org, folk, Smoke Steve International Pub, folk, and all to better things.
I think I might know who that is.
Yeah, can we say in the chat if we're allowed to say it, and we'll spot you. Because if it is, I want to give
Thank
you
you so much.
But I know sometimes he's discreet about this donation, so I don't read it out. But yeah, just to be clear, trigger warning, folk, alt feed, folk, Smoke Steve's pub, folk, and all to better things. Thank you, mate.
Alt feed. I'm in the middle of...
That you lost last night to that, didn't you?
I did lose last night. Yeah, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble because I've got so much work on, and there's me like doing work all day and then going to do alt feed. Now, the alt feed's being completely overhauled. Oh,
there we go. Yeah, go. It was Si for this. Gorgeous George. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, fella. Thank you so very, very much. So that's up to somebody else to beat now. No, we're not ignoring you, Mick Mac. I just can't always watch the text. But if you like, I'll fucking properly ignore you, you prick. Just fucking remember that. When you're from fucking Radcliffe or something. You're not used to being ignored. Bollocks. No, apparently I've tried to talk him into bringing his friends in the beach combo that he's in up here to Manchester when lockdown's finished. So, because you can't beat an acoustic set, can you? Nothing says pretentious cunt like an acoustic set. And I think Mick Mac could pull that off. I think he's the guitar player. You know, he looks like a man that enjoys an acoustic. Wooden box that make your hands smell funny. Maybe that's his thing. I don't know. Maybe we can jam. We'll jam. We'll play some Racer X and Malmsteen. Not that I can anymore, Graham. My hands aren't up to it now. Too old. No, that's it, Blind Fury. Greta Thunberg riding a polar bear statue. That's a solid plan.
I got a bit turned on.
With that head thing that the guy that went into Congress wore. That hat and maybe a spear. That'd be fucking
what happened to him? I liked him.
You do donate via Patreon, Last Dance, and thank you so much. And you too can become a patron if that's your thing. Go to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. I'll probably put my podcasts out through there initially, you know, a day or two before to give the good people a bit of value. Because they could do with a bit more value. Although this show is obviously worth fucking everything. So much has gone into planning this tonight.
What else do you want? It's a bit aggressive then. Sorry.
What about folk music singers, Hayden, said Mark Wilde? Paedophiles. Paedophiles. To a man. Or woman. Or they. Whatever it is these days. You don't want to misgender your paedophiles. To be fair, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Let's have a look here. Mick Mac says, I can't wait. He became a communist. I'm not sure who that is, but I think I missed out on something there. That's what I get for not following the chat. I just see things. Communist. Oh, Graham Booth.
You've got to understand, though, guys, that chat is really busy. It's not. It just flies past. It's not.
And I'm trying to be here pretending that I know what I'm doing. Not just going, breathing heavy, reading chat. We best open those phone lines because we're going to run out of time. It's that simple. 2 stories, Graham. 2 stories. One of them really small. Not even spoken about any trannies. Oh, we have mentioned Yaniv. Here's one for you, though. Got to throw this in. Because I said I would, and Graham took the time to send it to me. This is kind of cool. This comes from news.yahoo.com. I'm going to go onto the actual page. No, don't alert me about Brad. I don't need notifications from fucking Yahoo. I can't believe that fucking thing's still in business. California prisons are grappling with hundreds of transgender inmates requesting new housing. Yes, that's right. The 1% of the population now have 261 offenders from male prisons are now identifying as women to take advantage of the new law that allows them to be sent to female prisons. Female prisoners say guards have warned them that men are coming and to expect sexual violence. Now, they say it doesn't happen. Okay, go to Ripex for Nutmegs feed on Twitter and you'll see plenty of examples of it happening quite a bit. But by all means, you know, feel good by letting men go into women's spaces because it's just raped women. What does that matter, right? Like Imran Khan says, if they don't want to be so raped, they shouldn't be so damn sexy. I'm paraphrasing. What he said was because women dress immodestly, that's why they get raped.
It's not unreasonable. We got a phone call. Oh, he's gone.
It's not unreasonable. Fucking yes, it is. It's very fucking unreasonable. We'll call you back. We'll call you back once Graham figures out how our phone works. You know, you wouldn't fuck me. You can't make a phone work. How are you going to manage fucking anybody? Hello, who's there? Is anybody there?
This is Aphid Lip.
Aphid Lip, our favourite creepy uncle. How you doing?
Man, I'm outstanding. How are you guys doing?
Super. Well, I am. Graham, not so much. But
I'm pretty good, actually, man. I'm all right.
Graham's one step away from leg ulcers and, you know, a bath chair, basically.
He looks like he's eating good.
He's definitely eating good.
One positive thing.
He's eating well. I think it might be an infection or something. Water retention. He's retaining. He's got pie retention. He's retaining pies.
I'm just behind on my exercises now. That's all.
I got a couple things. One, you said you were talking about the George Floyd thing earlier, and
Yeah.
I think that his there's Graham. His superiors, came on there and said that he should have stopped kneeling on their, kneeling on him when he was not, when he was unresponsive and not.
That
resisting.
would have been a good time. You'd have thought that.
So I think the whole statement with, well, if that's what he's supposed to do, then how can they charge him? I think that's been thrown out the window when they had him on there. And Grandma, I got to turn my camera off because I can't look at you and keep a straight face.
Is he fucking gurning at you on the phone over there?
He's shoveling pies in with both hands. It's crazy.
It's all right. He's going to show you the other end in a minute. No, but I don't know. I don't know what the procedure is. I'd have thought that if the man was suddenly very quiet and quite relaxed, that would be a good time to take your knee off his neck.
Yeah. Well, I guess they had the one of the doctors that specializes in all this crap on there today, and he pointed out like for half of the time there was nothing of the Derek Chauvin guy's body that was touching the ground, so all of his weight was on his neck. So I don't think it's looking too good for him.
What do you reckon he's going to get?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I know that there's a couple of I don't know what if the jury just is going to decide if he's guilty or not, or sometimes I don't know the differences, and if the jury decides the punishment, I'm not really sure how that works. But I mean, he's going to have to get something, or there's going to be some there's going to be
trouble. Yeah, there's going to be some shopping. I do love the fact that basically when anything bad happens, they're going to go shopping in remembrance of George Floyd. That's all it is. Right. In many people's homes there will be a George Floyd memorial television. That's what's going to happen.
Or two.
Yeah, rightly or wrong. I mean, I've always been of the opinion, if you've got a riot to change something that's clearly wrong, fair enough. But if you use that as an opportunity for some free shopping, I'm not convinced. I'm just not down with that. It's like here in Manchester, we had a riot a few years ago because, was it the police killed someone down south? Shot someone?
Oh, was that the train guy? I don't know.
I think the police shot someone down south. So for some reason we had a riot in Manchester. And by a riot in Manchester, I mean they looted and burned many shops. And that was about it, really. And that's all it was. And when Salford went off, it was about nothing except shopping. And maybe just causing some damage and burning a few police cars because, well, why the fuck not? You got a new telly, you might as well burn a police car. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by any of that shit. But I do think if it's he's gonna have to get something, dude. He's gonna have to get something.
He's definitely gonna get something. I just don't see how they could. I mean, because everybody pretty much is saying, he's guilty. I mean, his superiors, the people, and with the other things, they're shootings and it's a spur of the moment deal, so it's harder to think. But this guy, I mean, he had like almost 10 minutes to make a conscious decision of what he was doing, so it's going to be tough to.
It's going to be manslaughter, isn't it?
Let people go. Probably.
It's going to be manslaughter on a stealthy little riot. Graham, what the fuck are you doing?
Man, he's something else, Annie. Boy, are you lucky you get to spend so much time.
He just looks guilty.
He can see me, and it's just providing me so much amusement that he's the only person. Like, he's got this unique. No one else can see this right now, but like this camera is not very flattering at all. And if I do this,
Graham, there's nothing wrong with the camera.
I look like John Candy.
That camera is not going to flatter you no matter what. No camera would.
I just like every time I look down at him, he goes. Ooh.
Okay, I tried calling last week and I had some audio issues and Graham couldn't get the shit sorted out, so I pretty much blame Graham. But I think pretty much word for word you said that we shouldn't basically look the other way when it comes to men raping women. Did I get that right? Is that pretty much how you put it?
No, I'm pretty.
What's that got to do with me?
I'm pretty sure that not looking the other way if men are raping women is just standard, isn't it? Isn't that just normal? Isn't I think you may have overshot the mark a little. That's aphid lip. That shouldn't be a revelation to you, dude. Okay, it really shouldn't.
All right. Well, one of the things you said was you don't know anybody that you don't know anybody that's done anything like that. Which
I don't.
Statistically, out of the three of us, statistically, there's a good chance that one of us has done something.
Yeah, but that's you. Dude, we know that out of the three of us.
Hey, you know me, so
you
were lying.
It's you. No, the truth is, I don't know anyone that's been accused of it. I can't say I've never known anyone that hasn't done it. How would I know? But it's when you get that thing like, so many men are rapists, so you must know one. It's like, no, that's not how statistics fucking work.
I agree.
It's when they say 1 in 3 people will die in cancer. So if there's 3 of you in that room, one of you will die of cancer. Well, no, they probably won't. They probably won't. It will be some other fucker we've never met. That's how it mostly works. It's people use statistics in a very strange way.
Well, that's true. But what I guess my problem is not a problem. I don't know the answer, right? Yeah. But I just don't know if what we're doing isn't helping anything. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? So we need to figure out something, because there is a large percentage of the female population that has had inappropriate things done to them.
Massively so, yes. Massively so.
I don't know what the answer is, but I don't think, and I don't think it's just blame all men either.
Well, no, that doesn't work either, does it? But it's that other thing, like I said, I think I spoke about it last week, where it was like, teach your children not to rape. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Don't we all? I mean, not directly. I like to think I would never have to tell my son, no, don't go raping anybody. I like to think I would never have to state it in that fashion. And I think anyone that is going to go off to be a rapist will be totally unaffected by being told not to do it. That's wrong, because they already fucking know. There are a lot of damaged, horrible people out there, and whether it's for power or for a sexual kick or for whatever reason, this is still going on. I've not gone anywhere. No.
Not intentionally, no. Oh, it's done that thing. We're getting a lot of calls, which obviously we are.
Oh, I can get going. I talk to you guys.
We're 2 minutes to the end. When we get a lot of calls at once, the phone just gives in.
And the phone fucks you off.
It's not. Yeah. Sorry for everyone trying to get through.
No. I mean, I think I made my point, and then just.
He did make his point.
I think it's a subject we need to reach further into, instead of just being like, oh well.
Absolutely, no. It definitely is. I think it's just one that's going to take a lot of brutal honesty.
Aren't they? Don't all things like that take brutal honesty?
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Hey, Philip, thank you so much, sir, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
We were talking about George Floyd, and he phones up about rape.
He's obviously got something on his mind. He's got something on his mind.
It's like, mate, a bit racist.
Maybe there's a court case we don't know about.
Do you want me to try and get back to one of the people phoning?
Why not? Fuck it. It's been nice having a couple of weeks of not being too organised. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can, it's Duke Brazzi. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Hayden?
I'm super.
And how are you, Graham?
He's fat.
Yeah, but he looks healthy. I kind of want to touch his cheeks and stuff.
Well, that's what he's going for, because, it works with the kids. So...
Yeah. I missed the summary of Aphid Lip there. Was he for or against the rape?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
His mouth said against, but his eyes, I'm not sure. Every time I'd say anything about this, though, I get pure shit. How can you joke about that?
I tell you one thing, Aidan. I could see Aphid Lip, and he was smiling the whole time.
Yeah. He's trigger warning's dirty uncle. That's what he
But
is.
I do actually have something to add there. And it goes back to something we actually discussed, like, I don't know, more than a half year ago. But I actually really truly believe that the way to make the world better is to give girls education around the world.
Yes.
And I don't think you can tell male kids or boys, whatever, to not rape. That's not actually going to make a difference.
It's a bullshit instruction. You should make them better, and that doesn't involve telling them not to do a specific act.
No, I think boys or males are shit, and it takes a few generations for them to understand that the girls or women are the bosses, and we can only do that by empowering them.
Well, I mean,
and
look, it's 100%
true.
Even here in the West, okay, there's far too much rape and sexual assault. I mean, everything's far too much, but you know what I mean. But then you look at other cultures around the world where it's endemic. It's endemic. It's their right to do it. So, you know, it's not a case of going, well, we're so much better, because people are still getting raped. But we've got to figure something out. But I don't think the bullying of young boys is going to help. I don't think that. In fact, I would put forward the suggestion it might be terribly counterproductive.
Yeah, but that's my point exactly. I think we should focus on the girls, because look at the better countries. I agree, it's not perfect in any Western country. But look at the countries where it is better than other countries. And it didn't come there because we punished the rapist boys. We got there by educating women, giving them power for equality. Not equity, equality.
Well, equality improves society. Simple as that. And the more we improve society, the less we're likely to see deviant behavior.
Yeah, and more women in power soften the country.
Yeah, you say
society.
no. I'm gonna be honest, dude. You say that, and everyone tells me that when they're from a country that didn't have fucking Margaret Thatcher as a prime minister. She was hard as fucking nails. The last woman prime minister we had was shit. Margaret Thatcher is not my favourite human being, but she was hard as nails. She took us to war. She shut communities down. So I'm not always convinced, because I believe, man or woman, when you reach the higher echelons of power, you've not got there because you're a great person. You know, you've gotten there because you're a specific kind of person that are found in both men and women. But no, certainly more women involved in the running of society, more equality, like you say, not equity. More equality can only improve it and lessen deviant behavior. We are always going to have some amount of deviant behavior. We're always going to have rapes. We're always going to have murders, thefts, you know, all these other things. I guess the idea is to minimize them and just keep it on a downward trend. That's the best we can hope for.
Yeah, and that's like the second step is to deal with the 5% or whatever it is of absolute psychopath douchebag.
I think as we you know, if we could put more funding into the study of them, we might be able to spot them earlier. You know, but it's how to do that at the moment without these dreadful far-left organizations getting involved that just want to demean and victimize everybody that isn't of a certain kind. It's too difficult. But we do need to learn a lot more about this behavior. We need to study it a lot more, because the only way to combat it, really, isn't harsher punishments, because nobody thinks they're going to get caught. If they thought that, we wouldn't have any crime anymore. We have to spot them
I don't
earlier.
know. I'm all for rounding up the rapists and other kinds of, or like pedophiles. Believe me, that's fine. But that won't stop it. That won't stop it. I'm not really soft liberal like Aphid Lib. Just kidding, Aphid Lib.
Oh, he's very liberal about something. I do
think after, actually, I've been thinking about this a lot. Educating girls in countries where they're not, I think that's... We could have done this like 2 generations ago, but if we start now, 2 generations in the future, we might be better off.
We're going to be better off. It is going to get better. It is going to get better. If we can continue trying to bring about equality. At the minute, I do believe women have got a terrible problem with men pushing into every single one of their spaces, because that's having a very detrimental effect when you have positions which are supposed to be made for women on certain political boards and organisations, and they're now taken up by men who've decided they're women. I think we've got a real problem there, and that's genuine, because women fought long and hard to get those positions, and we're just taking them back away from them. It's a woman.
That's also a big problem in this whole question is, for me, I think, the second wave feminists that were only for equality, I couldn't agree with them more. Now they have the third wave feminists with identity politics, which is like reverse discrimination.
Yeah, again, it's that thing where I said the other week, instead of striving for equality, instead of striving for equality of opportunity, we're striving for equality of outcome. And that takes us nowhere good. That takes us nowhere good. And that, to me, that's the problem. That really is the problem. We've got it just so fucking wrong right now. We've got it so wrong. And we need to turn it around, or this is going to take generations to fix. Because I know everyone wants everything now in a McDonald's society, but human beings just don't work like that. They just don't work like that, and it takes generations to fix every fucking idiotic thing that we try. And we are trying some... It's like that thing I spoke about last week where they're making schoolboys stand up and apologise to schoolgirls because rapes are happening. Not by them. They're just made to apologise for being male.
Yeah, because they belong to a group. Yeah. And all this retaliation against groups, that's identity politics. And,
yes, and we're getting it very wrong. But dude, we're massively over time. We've got to go. We have to, no, don't be sorry. It was brilliant chatting with you, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And we will do it again, whether you like it or not. They're always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me on. It was awesome.
Always a pleasure.
I hope you're well.
I'm very well. I hope you are too, and we'll speak very soon. Take care. That was Duke Bratzy, long-time friend of the show. Long-time friend. Graham's still waving to him there on the phone. That's lovely. I would have liked to take in a few more calls, but we're at 11:10, and I'm going to have to work through the night, it looks like.
Yeah, there was one more mobile number. All I can say is I'm really, really sorry. The 476 one. Just try again next week.
I'm so sorry.
Save the number. Get in there early, because no one phones for the first 20 minutes.
And I really do have to get home, because it does look like, because it's my son's birthday tomorrow. But also I've got a couple of deadlines tomorrow, and I've got to go and see my parents tomorrow. So I'm going to have to work all fucking night, and I'm getting a bit old for that now. Getting a bit old, but that's all right. I'll survive. So remember to go and check out Smoke Steve on Saturday for the International Pub right here on this channel. 11 p.m. UK time, whatever time it is in whichever dreadful foreign shithole you live in. I'm not entirely sure. We'll be back next Thursday with another trigger warning. So do come and see us. Go follow us on Twitter. It's Graham Booth and I'm Hayden Hewitt. Give us a follow. And
Will's in there. I've done it live.
Brilliant. Get on the description below, basically, and just click all of that shit. And we'll see you next week. Have a great week, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Yeah, fuck it. Bye. We're out.